Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Everyday English. I'm Peter, thrilled to have you here today as we dive into one of the most essential skills for real-world conversation, expressing opinions and preferences. Whether you're chatting with friends, interviewing for a job, or posting on social media, being able to share what you think and what you like while sounding natural is absolutely key. Over the next 20 minutes or so, we'll explore the words and structures you need. I'll share some of my own hiccups and successes, and by the end, you'll feel ready to voice your opinions and preferences confidently in any situation. So find a comfy spot, grab a drink, and let's get started. I still remember the first time I tried to give feedback in a group discussion at university. We were debating our favorite novels, and when it was my turn, I blurted out, "I like this book. It's good." Dead silence. I realized afterward that interesting and good were too generic. They didn't tell anyone why I liked the book or what made it stand out. That experience taught me that expressing opinions isn't just about saying "I think" or "I like." It's about painting a picture with your words, supplying reasons, and showing a bit of your personality. Once I learned to add depth, I found the protagonist's journey compelling because it mirrored real-world challenges. People actually listened. Today, I want to help you make that leap from okay opinions to memorable ones. Let's begin with the basic building blocks, simple structures that let you state your thoughts clearly. The classic opener is, of course, "I think." It's straightforward. "I think this movie has great pacing," or "I think Monday mornings are the toughest." Another common starter is, "in my opinion," or the even more conversational, "to me." You might say, "In my opinion, the best way to learn a language is through daily practice," or, "To me, nothing beats a freshly brewed coffee at sunrise." These phrases give you a moment to gather your thoughts, and they signal to your listener that what follows is your point of view, not an objective truth. But native speakers rarely stop there. They layer on qualifiers, words that soften or strengthen the statement. For example, instead of "I think this restaurant is good," you could say, "I strongly believe this restaurant has the best tacos in town." Or, if you want to be more tentative, "I kind of feel like the new policy might not work as intended." Notice how strongly boosts your conviction, while kind of gently hedges your stance. Other useful qualifiers include quite, rather, somewhat, absolutely, definitely, possibly, and probably. Try mixing them into your next opinion. "I'm definitely in favor of renewable energy," or "I'm somewhat concerned about the meeting." Schedule. Now, let's turn to preferences, the ways we express what we like more or less. The simplest form is "I prefer," as in, "I prefer tea to coffee," or "I prefer working in the morning." We often follow that with "rather than" for contrast. "I prefer working from home rather than commuting every day." Another popular structure is "I would rather," plus the base form of a verb. "I would rather watch a movie at home than go to the cinema." You can even contract it for casual speech. "I'd rather stay in tonight." And for preferences in the past, toss in have. "I would have rather slept in, but I had a meeting." Practicing these constructions will make your speech flow much more naturally. Of course, it's one thing to say what you like and another to explain why. Reasons are crucial if you want your opinions to land. We introduce reasons with because, since, as, or due to. Compare "I love running because it clears my mind" with "I love running," and notice how the first sentence connects your preference to a personal benefit. Or, "I'm not a fan of spicy food as it upsets my stomach." Providing reasons turns a statement into a mini-story, giving listeners context and making your language more engaging. Let me share a quick personal anecdote to illustrate this. Last summer, I joined a yoga retreat overseas. When someone asked why I picked that retreat, my initial answer was simply, "I like yoga." But I soon learned to say, I chose this retreat because I wanted a digital detox and a chance to deepen my practice in a serene environment. Those extra details sparked follow-up questions. Oh, what was your favorite meditation? And led to meaningful conversations instead of awkward nods. You can do the same by attaching because clauses to your preferences. Another layer that makes opinions richer is the use of idiomatic expressions. Instead of, I love this show, you might say, I'm hooked on this show, or I can't get enough of it. For dislikes, try, I can't stand traffic jams, or I'm not keen on cold weather. These set phrases convey strong feelings and are instantly recognizable to native speakers. Try dropping one idiomatic preference into your next chat. Notice how it adds color. And hey, one of the best strategies that helped me achieve fluency is practicing conversations, even on my own. I'd like to recommend a super effective resource that I'm sure will help you greatly improve your English, the English Conversation Guide. With over 100 authentic dialogues covering everything from formal introductions and negotiations to casual banter and travel essentials, you'll have the right words at your fingertips in any situation. Every dialogue comes with an audiobook version so you can hear and mimic the exact pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation of native speakers. Think of it as having a personal tutor in your pocket, guiding you through every phrase until it feels second nature. Just take a look. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment.
Struggling with awkward English conversations? I've been there! The English Conversation Guide saved my life. Real-life dialogues and continuous learning, perfect for pros. Just $5.99 to boost your English skills instantly. Don't wait, grab yours now!
Let's not forget about formal contexts like job interviews or academic discussions, where you might need to express opinions more cautiously. Here, you can use phrases like, it seems to me that, I would argue that, or from my perspective. For example, from my perspective, implementing a hybrid work model could boost productivity, or it seems to me that the data supports this conclusion. These constructions show you're offering an informed opinion rather than an off-the-cuff remark, which can be crucial in professional settings. On the flip side, when you want to express uncertainty or neutrality, use phrases like, I'm not sure, but it might be that, or I could be wrong, but, for example, I'm not sure, but I think we should adjust the timeline, or it might be that we need more data before deciding. These disclaimers protect your face and invite collaboration. Please correct me if I'm mistaken. They're especially handy in group discussions where you want to contribute without overstepping. Dialogue practice goes a long way here. Next time you meet a friend, try asking open-ended questions to solicit opinions, then respond using the ADU structures we've covered. For instance, what do you think about the new cafe down the street? They reply, I like it. You then say, I totally agree. I think their lattes are top-notch because they use freshly roasted beans. That back and forth cements the patterns in your brain. Before we wrap up, I want to address a common stumbling block: overusing I think. It's tempting to begin every opinion with I think, but native speakers vary their phrasing too. Avoid repetition. Use I feel, in my view, personally, or to me. If nothing else, start some sentences without any introductory phrase. This policy will increase efficiency. Or, vegetarian dishes are often more creative. The variety keeps your speech dynamic. Let me leave you with a short exercise. Think of 3 topics you care about. Maybe your favorite hobby, a recent news story, and a place you'd like to visit. For each topic, craft a 2-sentence opinion that includes a preference or opinion statement, a reason introduced by because, and a qualifier like definitely or somewhat. For example, I definitely prefer cycling because it's both eco-friendly and a great workout. Say them aloud, refine them until they roll off your tongue, and then try them in conversation this week. Thank you for spending these minutes with me on Everyday English. If you found today's episode helpful, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with anyone eager to express themselves more naturally. I'm Peter, reminding you that your opinions and preferences are your voice in the world. So, speak up, speak clearly, and let your English reflect who you are. Until next time, keep learning, keep sharing, and keep expressing yourself every day.